Stephen, tell me a bit about this site, because this is a site that's undergone quite significant management in terms of its restoration, isn't it?
Absolutely. What we're on now is a 60-hectare area of registered common land. For centuries, this has been land used by the commoners for their grazing animals, to take sort of turf and sand and dead wood for their fires. World War II comes along and the whole place is converted into a bomber training airfield. Big airfield with some big aeroplanes here. The then owners, going into the 1960s and the post-war period, decided to have a lot of the land let to local tenant farmers to grow crops. And they came along and ploughed up the heathland, totally destroyed their heathland habitat, and used it to grow potatoes and wheat and beans and other crops as well.
How did you get rid of this barren potato, over-fertilised piece of land and return it to heathland?
Okay, the key thing was to buy it. Butterfly Conservation decided to head the campaign and purchase the site to conserve the silver-studded blue butterfly.
And what did I see this afternoon as soon as I arrived?
What did you see?
A silver-studded blue.
Fantastic.
Yeah, one of the greatest sites on our heath.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's a real emblem of lowland heath. And the story of the silver-studded blue butterfly, why it's become rare, certainly in this region, is because of the story of its habitat, lowland heath. Go around this area, there's a lot of place names here with the word heath in their place name. Where's the heath? You can see some of this heather here.
I can see that.
What do you see about it?
I see that it's in flower. So it's quite low growing, so it's early in its life cycle.
Yeah, a lot of rabbits on here.
Yeah. What's happening with your rabbits? Because in many places they've lost them due to this hemorrhagic fever. And in terms of grazing, they're losing an important force. And in terms of food, they're losing another.
Yeah. We think the rabbits are in decline here.
They are.
Yeah. We see fewer than we used to.
Yeah.
We said they are the only grazing animals we've got. This is an unenclosed common.
Right.
We've got two main roads there.
So there's no means of putting grazing animals on here?
Without sort of fencing it.
Without fencing. Enormously expensive.
Expensive, but also a lot of issues come with that. People feel it changes the nature of the common if you do that.
Right. The grazing pressure you need from those animals here is important. Yeah. Otherwise this will scrub up pretty quickly. And you don't want an incursion of all of that birch coming out here.
We do get the volunteers out pulling up the birch endlessly.
Yeah.
It's
so this is part of the area that was arable?
This is ex-arable, yeah. Yeah. We've had all the heather we imported from Cannock Chase and Omnium was Kaluna.
Right.
We've had a lot of difficulty getting Erica established here. We tried seeding it, but the seed just hasn't germinated. Right. So we've ended up planting 35,000 bell heather plugs.
These?
These.
Right.
Yeah, 35,000
so
far.
This is spread out, not a single little plug, is it?
That's from a plug, yeah.
Yeah.
Planted them in clusters of plugs.
Yeah.
But not many of them survive. Some survive, but it's not easy. We just have to keep on going at it, because that's the main nectar source for the silver-studded blue.
Of course.
This doesn't flower till later.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Laying's too late.
Yeah.
Wow. But it's on the mend.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean this is really good habitat, this is.
Yeah. So what about the population of silver-studded blues? Have they responded well to all of the management?
Absolutely, Chris. We've done a transect here since 1991, and that is generally showing an upward trend. But we've also done some sort of whole colony counts. We've done it 4 times with the Priest Heath volunteers, the fantastic Priest Heath volunteers. And this year, on one day, the Priest Heath volunteers counted 4,085 silver-studded blues here.
So it's still ongoing. The population's still building.
It's building, but it's building big numbers. Partly a facet of the silver-studded blue. It does form very dense colonies.
Yeah.
But that's a real success. Considering what everyone was saying at the outset of the project, you're never going to get anything here. It's going to be a big waste of time. It's too ambitious. It's too difficult. It's too challenging. But sometimes, you've got to take a risk. You've got to do the hard thing.
Isn't that it, though? Shouldn't we be taking risks and doing things on a grand scale out there where it's really needed?
Absolutely, Chris. I mean, we've shown it can be done here. The story, part of the story of Priest Heath Common is we've only restored half the common. The other half over the road is still in arable cultivation. That's not been bought. It's still in private ownership. It's been used mainly to grow a crop of oats and maize. So, it's an aspiration that butterfly conservation, the wildlife trust, the commoners, local residents have. One day that'll be restored, and then maybe look further afield at what other projects we can use some of these restoration techniques on.